Greetings and merry meet. This is Katrina the Good with the Phenomena Encountered Radio Network. In this video, I'd like to share some techniques that have worked for me in achieving a meditative state. Now, in the past, I have received questions from people that have two major issues. One, they are unable to sit still long enough to achieve a meditative state, or two, they're unable to turn their minds off long enough to achieve a meditative state. I can emphasize with both of these because I have suffered with both of these issues when I was first learning meditation, and I say that if I can learn meditation, anybody can. And it was something that did not come natural to me. I do believe it took me about a month and possibly even over a month for me to feel that I was actually in a true, deep meditative state. That's how long it took me. I'm glad I stuck with it, even though I had times where I was feeling very frustrated or questioning myself whether I could actually achieve this. But once I was finally seeing that yes, I was finally getting it, I was finally catching on and learning how to do this, it was very much so worth the struggles that I went through of learning meditation. Now, before I go on sharing some of my techniques, I'll share some of the physical and spiritual benefits of meditation. In the physical world, I have seen as a nurse, cancer patients that partake in yoga, meditation, Reiki, acupunctures, or anything of that nature, they have a tendency to take less pain medication. Many have lower anxiety and even lower recovery times from their harsh treatments of cancer. And it's just not myself as a nurse that have seen the benefits, but conservative doctors and researchers have also seen how well this works for cancer patients, and they themselves are also embracing these alternative medicine techniques in helping their patients recover from their cancers. Cancer is a very difficult disease to treat right now, and I know there is controversy regarding reasons why and how it's caused. But for this right now, I do believe and I do see that doctors do their utmost for their patients, and they're willing to do anything to help them recover, to help them be cured, and to have the best experience possible of getting through this disease. So snaps for doctors and researchers and everybody who just brings in to try to end cancer. Now, on the spiritual sense, I have found when I meditate before I'm doing spell casting or any kind of energy work, that I am much more grounded, my mind is much more clear, and I am more focused in what I'm wanting to achieve when I do meditate beforehand. Now, those are just some of the physical and spiritual benefits of meditation. I'm sure there's hundreds, even thousands of benefits of why all people should meditate. Now, when I first started meditating, I found that I just could not get comfortable. That was one thing that I was always feeling antsy, that I just could not get comfortable. So, I was sitting down where I have tile floor or in hardwood floors. So I felt like my butt hurt, my ankles hurt from sitting on the floor. So I just let everyone know it is okay to sit on a pillow or have some kind of thing under you when you are meditating. I'm right now actually sitting on a couch pillow. You cannot see it, but I am sitting on a couch pillow. And there is no, I guess you say, there's no right way to sit or place yourself in meditation. You don't have to sit in the lotus position. I am sitting in a lotus position, but if you cannot sit down on the floor, that is okay. Meditation can be achieved sitting upright in a regular chair. It can be achieved laying down. Whatever works for you, whatever you're most comfortable doing or sitting. I've even seen people meditate. It is okay to find or change up ways. You don't have to be a Buddhist monk in order, or look like a Buddhist monk in order to say that you're meditating properly, because that's really not a thing. There's no such thing as meditating properly. So you finally get comfortable in your situation where you're sitting. Your butt's comfortable, your legs are not falling asleep, and you're not feeling tight anywhere. So I found that just kind of take a few deep breaths. most beneficial breathing that I have found is in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now there is a physical reason why this is actually very beneficiary, because when we are breathing through our noses, that deep breathing and exhaling nicely through our mouths, we are inhaling the most pure oxygen through our noses. Once we benefit all of that through and have a nice exhale outside the mouth, that is actually when we are expelling the most amount of CO2 out of our lungs. And that is what breathing is. Internal breathing is doing a gas exchange within our lungs, inhaling oxygen. Oxygen is going into our lungs and expelling the CO2 gases from our lungs in replace of the oxygen. So having this nice deep breathing, we are getting the most amount of oxygen possible and expelling the most amount of CO2. So there is a physical reason on this breathing technique. Remember, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now I do this about 10 times. That's when I feel most comfortable. When I first started, it was actually very few. I started out maybe 3 times up to 5 times. But I was able to expand on and do these breathing techniques a little longer as I improved with not just the breathing techniques, but also meditation overall. We have our breathing well, and you're comfortable. So, how do you hold your hands? You've all seen this. Fingers and thumbs together. Is that comfortable? This is comfortable for me. I'm also seeing people do this, but I find this is actually most comfortable for me. But I can hold this position. This is where I say that I can expand on or improve on my meditation techniques, because when I was first starting, I was unable to sit like this for any period of time. I actually more like either had my hands just draped over my knees or even in my lap. Both are valid. This is valid. This is valid. Any way that you feel comfortable when you are first starting, is you will be able to see as you practice, that you'll be able to hold poses and positions a lot longer as your body is able to become more disciplined through the meditation. So how you keep your hands even in prayer position is a beautiful way to be as well. So this is, when you're first starting, just keep this in mind. When you're first starting meditation, comfort is key. Don't get too comfortable where you fall asleep, because I've done that before as well. So, okay, you're comfortable, you have a good posture. Try not to slump too much because that can hurt your back. So you can just do your utmost, keeping your back straight. Can be difficult. I initially had a meditation timer that was a free app on my phone that would just time me for 5 minutes, and that's all I can meditate for. I sit in a position for. I couldn't sit longer than 5 minutes, and that was okay, because as you improve, as you become more disciplined mentally, emotionally, and physically, you'll be able to expand upon your timing. So even if you can only sit for a few minutes, it's okay, because you will improve. So you're comfortable and you're ready to go. Now your mind won't shut off. What I was able to do was take a bit from the Om sound and kind of make it my own. That really works for me. Now the Om sound is believed to be the echo, the first echo that was heard after the universe was made. That is the sound of life. And it goes a little something like this. make up for my lacking is, although I do practice the Om sound to improve upon that, I found really works good for me is actually humming the Om sound. A little something like this, and this is actually what I do most of the time when I'm meditating. Found that when I'm making the Om sound, whether it audibly or humming this Om sound, that my mind is completely focused on what I am doing. It's focused on my breathing. It is focused on the sounds that I'm making. And I really do not have time or space in my mind for anything else. So when I'm actually able to finally achieve meditative state, I don't need to make the noises anymore or the sounds anymore. And that's what I found when I couldn't shut my mind off, is to make the Om sound, maybe audibly or humming, and I was able to block my mind out from anything else. It took time, and as I mentioned before, I could only do this for about 5 minutes at a time, and I could do 10 minutes and then 5 minutes more. So up to 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Now I'm up to 30 minutes. So just practice and keep on going, and I promise you that you'll be able to achieve this. You could achieve a meditative state in one day, or be like me and achieve it in a month. You'll know that you're meditating fully because you'll be able to feel your body change. It becomes almost lightweight. You can feel the blood in your veins moving. You can feel your organs working. You can feel your heart pumping. It's really a fascinating thing for me that I can really feel and know what my body feels like. If y'all are aware of what is normal for our bodies and achieve the optimum health physically, emotionally, and spiritually.